I'm Leloy Claudio. I'm assistant professor at the Department of South and Southeast Asian Studies at UC Berkeley. Newly minted OFW. I think both Nicole and I are officially OFWs, meaning we went through the horrendous process of becoming one.
So I too am an OFW. I'm Nicole Curato. I'm a sociologist. I work at the University of Canberra. But I like the term OFW. It gives this sense of solidarity. Although I also recognize that for academics like myself, who don't come from third world countries, they're not called migrant workers, they're called expats, right? So there is immediately that hierarchy. Now, my British counterpart in Australia is not migrant. The person is an expat.
You know, the class that's, I think, least depicted and must be depicted more in literature is the kind of new middle class or / lower middle class. You know, I have to admit, Sarge, that sometimes there's something in the back of your mind that says, okay, this is a nakakahiya position to be in. Like, you know, when you're in the airport and you're in an OFW, people start talking to you like you're a kid.
There used to be a trend of OFWs coming home. Now, in my recent trips, I've seen a lot of OFWs taking their families out there.
Yeah. And I think aside from that, there's also parang a hierarchy of dream destinations for OFWs, right? So some studies would actually suggest that the first destination is the Middle East because it's easier to migrate there, with the hope of using the Middle East as a springboard to go to Canada or Australia or some Anglo country where it's easier to adjust and where their kids can get an Anglo education.
Enjoying this conversation? Check out the Lonely Hearts podcast, where we have conversations in your behalf with the lonely hearts, minds, and misunderstood geniuses of this world. Together, you and I will help make sense of our own personal worlds in these uncertain times. Brought to you by Esquire Philippines, available wherever you get your podcasts.